Good morning. I don't know if there's ever, well, there's probably some data out there, must be. How many days in a row could one index go down while another one goes up? It's something. I mean, especially 10 days in a row. Uh, and that really flies in the face of, things that I say, something is 5 days down and that's oversold, or 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 10 days. And this, unless it makes a turnaround today, it certainly looks like it's going to fill this gap. Um, so it broke this major support, the low prior to the higher high. And now we'll see where this goes. Does money start to rotate into the value? And it's not like growth is, well, it's doing better, of course. YG, just a broad index looking at that. And so, yeah, it's going up. And, mostly this is primarily, all that money that shifted into MAGS, those FANG stocks in the last 2 weeks. What an incredible move. And, well, let's see where this is at now, at the top of the range. Typically, historically, after this many days up in a wide range bar, that ends the move. It doesn't mean it's going to drop a lot, but it means that this momentum is going to end. And so it's gapping up here a bit, but just common sense says you don't buy something after it's up that many days in a row. And you don't short something like value that's down 10 days in a row. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So that's a lot of days up. And we'll see if some rotation starts in the next few days. Of course, the big, a lot of economic data this week, starting tomorrow, and then the Fed day Wednesday, and then whatever they're going to say, and then there's Thursday, Friday. So could be a market moving week ahead of the holiday. So where are things right now? Let's take a peek here. So S&Ps, so we looked at value, we looked at growth, and so here's the combination, and it's just chopping sideways. And let's just see here. Yeah, this is where we got the extreme and internals, right? About there. And so things continue to go up, but value went down considerably. Other things went down. There's been plenty of what we call accidents, nasty gaps lower, and different stocks moving lower. So there's been a rolling correction occurring. And so now, I don't know if any of you guys saw MU gapping up this morning. So this is what a mess. But it's gapping above here. And so that appears to be the beginnings of some kind of a turnaround. And SMHs, you can see, that's helping it gap up here a little bit. So keeping an eye on this to see if this messy trading range can begin to tighten up. All right, NQs, new all-time high. Marginally, it looks like it's just above Friday's high there. Well, it's right there. And so just kind of slowly grinding higher. And even though this wide range bar, this is like a 1, 2, 3, of course, wide range bar, inside bar, and it triggers, but it's just not the kind that lends to being a high probability setup that it's going to make a meaningful move, as if it would happen, after a pullback or out of a base. Really just common sense, but you can't deny this just continues to grind its way higher. Let's just look at the Qs to see as far as the gap goes. So gapping up to the top of that bar, which after this many days up, some extension from the 20, do sellers come in here at the opener shortly after that? And you can see here, starting to pull back a little bit as I'm speaking. It was going sideways here for, I guess, about a half hour, and now moving under those lows, and it's got a void to move lower. So I'm not so anxious to, you know, certainly jump on board this. Rather look for things like some of these value stocks that have been going down that maybe start to base out and make a turn. You can see S&P is just inside day here, so not much going on one way or another. Either up or down, just still marking time. Can the Russell make a turn? And you see right on the day that we got the signal. And you know what? Historically, these extremes in market internals do not mark the day. Just never, well, very rarely. I mean, maybe in all the years I've been doing this, I mean, just vague memories, of course, but it just doesn't happen that often. And you can see just chopped around for a few days before it started pulling back. And so now as it approaches this low here, we got to watch to see if it makes a turn. You've got this congestion, the rising 50. Buyers should be willing to put their toe in the water, right? Just not ready yet, just slopping around. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. YM down multiple days in a row. And of course, healthcare stock, coming down as much as it has, and some others. Can this begin to make a turn? And some, we get some rotation. So the 65-minute chart is something that we'd like to begin to see, where it makes a pivot. It made a new low. It pops up. You get some buying on the dip. So the beginnings of a turn. Still early. Turn days typically are erratic and tough to trade because of the uncertainty of actually making the turn especially after multiple days down like this is. So a lot of things to watch to see about turns. Gold, just, we talked about this being a really erratic, in the ETF later, we had a great trade as this moved up, stopped out, and just marking time here. Silver looked like it was going to head higher. This is big drop, and we're probably waiting to see what the Fed's going to do here, and inflation or the lack thereof, and how things begin to make a turn. Oil has just been all over the place. We've been talking about this for, I don't know, probably a month or so. You can see, well, a couple of months, with a breakdown, it moved up, back down again, and it just continues to hold this low. And just set an alert there. We'll see if it breaks. It's at resistance. There's a trading range, back and forth, back and forth. SPY. And this is, it's just too tight. So when we talk about SPX, it's just the kind of pattern on the daily chart to just stay away from. Moving up as much as it has. Top of the range, bottom of the range. You look at the 65-minute, it's near the bottom of the range. So there was some buying there. And now it's gapping up into the middle of the range. Which way is it going to go? I think it's kind of a coin flip. And we don't want to trade coin flips, so I don't see anything to do there. And with SPX, gapping up in the middle of the range, And so we look at what are high probability strikes, and being in the middle of the range is just too close for comfort. So I would suggest staying away for now, you know, because look how tight that is, and it's in the middle of the range. It could hit either one. Which way is it going to go? So, and if it moves up to the top, there isn't going to be enough premium here at the bottom. But if it does move up, the thing to do is, is there premium up above when it gets to the top of the range where we would assume sellers are going to be? And it's always looking to the left, and if it moves up there, we look at the 5-minute chart. Do we see some breakout failures? If it should move down, just the opposite, breakdown failures. So far, it's just chopping sideways. Does the 20 catch up as this chops sideways? And then into the end of the year, we get a push higher to new all-time highs. Little extension of this rally, certainly possible. But if this is going as it is, I've said sideways, there's just nothing to do from that point of view. Interest rates. This is, of course, getting interesting. So over the weekend and last week, seeing this move up and putting some pressure on those value stocks and the Russell, it's like, okay, if this continues to push up, maybe the markets will gap down this morning. And no, this interest rate's actually moving lower. Some obviously markets moving up. And for the first time in a very long time, switching to the screen here, we see where the yield curve has been inverted, and it's actually pushing above the zero line for the first time, as you can see, in 2 years. And so historically, this has been, according to the Fed, the most reliable indication of a recession. And it didn't play out. So that was part of the conversation for almost 2 years, and it just didn't happen. So now that this is moved up and the markets actually have moved up considerably, is this actually a heads up that, the markets are going to have, well, I really think most of us think that there's a correction is due. I mean, that's just common sense after, the markets have been up 2 years in a row, as much as they have. So something that we'll see if that unfolds. You can see our internals here. Sentiment is still at an extreme. Breadth has come down to a level where, it should begin to stabilize. Historically, it does. So while this gives us a very broad measure of the correction that's been going on under the surface, value down 10 days in a row, should be looking for some kind of a turn here. And I mentioned this in the letter over the weekend. This junk bond index ETF is one of the indicators, measures that we use that, institutions thinking risk on, risk off, and is down 2 days in a row. And what I explained was, okay, here it broke down and markets just chopped sideways. So here's another piece of information that says, while certain things look great, should be careful, as we always should be, money management. So whatever trades we see, and there's been a lot of trades lately, as this correction has been happening, with the same patterns that we trade haven't been working out. And that's just part of, trading and market environments. So when the internals reach an extreme as they did, it's one thing to say, trade a little smaller, enter partial positions, see how they work out, look to add. But, quite a number of trades have been more erratic, whereas when your internals line up or in the way to another extreme, we get a lot of setups that just work out tremendously well. And things that you wouldn't do counter trend trades, things that have moved up considerably, and you wouldn't fade them. Some of those trades have been working out quite nicely. So internals are something that are really helpful to give you a heads up as to, probable turning points and of course why we use them. The dollar, it's been moving up at this resistance area, and with interest rates, the short-term interest rates coming down, and so, well, let me go back to this screen for a second here. You can see the 13-week has been declining, right? And so is the Fed going to cut? Yeah, I mean, look, everybody believes yes, because the probability is, that CME tool says it's like close to 100%. That could be a big surprise if they don't, since almost 100% believe that they're going to do it. But this chart suggests 100%, again, that they're going to do it. And so, looking here, back to this screen, and you see, and this is something that we reviewed in the advisory letter that was like, you know what, something's going on here. And look at my cursor and look at the dollar over here. And so as the 13-week was declining as it was, and then continued to decline, typically the dollar would go down, and it didn't. And so, continued to advance and advance. And we know that, Europe started cutting interest rates in the China thing, which was in the news lately, and even I think over the weekend and this morning. So, all of these interactions within the markets that suggest something is probably going to give, but probably, we'll see what happens this week. But, as we go into next year, odds are something's going to give. And so, look, then for today, thing is, do we get some rotation out of the winners into the losers? And, we didn't cover Bitcoin, which is new all-time highs, pushed up considerably, now backing off. So those stocks that trade with this could be things that could be day trades today. We'll see how that unfolds. All yours, Dan.
Good morning. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Yeah, that was interesting, Greg, on the HYG observation. It's been a tale of two markets, as I've been saying. Qs, FANGs against IWM and SPY-V. Yeah. Let me set an alarm on this now that I'm talking about. I set an alarm 53.25. Raul's our buy setup expert. Let's see what he has for us. Mac. There's a buy setup. Sure. Sure. It's going on the list. Rocco Snow. You got to tell me what pattern and strategy you're thinking, because it's a deep retracement for a buy setup. Kind of climo on the weekly, gapping up here, mid-range into Friday. I like Mac better. The only thing I don't like is it was rallying all day as opposed to an end of day base. So maybe get a pullback, or ideally 30-minute high. But your stop's a day's low, period. So maybe just do a half lot and look to add alarms. Else? Alex mentioned this on Friday. I put it in both. Well, put it in as a put spread, but I also in the advisory letter said again, because of this big move, I'll be looking to buy it on a pullback. A Rocket Lab we have as a naked put idea. It's a bullish consolidation here, caught up to the 20. EVEX, same, wide range closing breakout. Let's wait for a small pullback on this one. EVEX. I'll put that in the window and watch it. Disney, long put idea. That looks great. Capping down, relative weakness. And finally, Archer. These are all alarms going off. Now, see, the buy setup triggered on Friday, so that's one also. Ideally, we get a 1, 2, 3. Let's see what miscellaneous stuff we have here. W key. Look at that bar and volume on Friday. Incredible. And you probably thought Thursday was a big bar, and it was. It was, but now it's dwarfed. But look at that 15. It's not ready to short. UMAC, I just saw gapping up, buy setup with a rounding bottom turn and a closing breakout. I love setups like this. I would have look at the 15-minute. I had it rallied the last hour of the day, but it consolidated for 5 hours. So that I would have put that in the letter had I seen it, but now it's gapping up, so we need to pull back. That looks great. This MSTX is, another gapper. I gave this as a naked put. This is the levered micro strategy. With Bitcoin new highs, they're all excited about, now the financial networks are bringing out their aficionados saying this is now going to 250,000. Whatever, talk. We just trade the charts. So this, go look at the premiums on this thing. I think I gave this a $75 naked put. It's gapping over the entry. So I doubt we're going to get filled now. WST, inside bar after an igniting breakout. Ideally, we get one more inside bar, and then we can consider buying tomorrow. Octa, there's a couple changes here of additions and deletions in the NASDAQ. I forget which are which. Or if this was just an upgrade, but red bar ignored, 30-minute high, put spread, NTAP, same 30-minute high, put spread. It was actually a bear 1, 2, 3. But the fact that it's gapping above 3 bars here, 30-minute high, I like. Pelletier, I think, is being added to the NASDAQ. I think. SMCIs. I think they said this was getting booted from the NAS. I didn't know it was in the NAS. But that's an ugly gap. Call spread idea over Thursday's high, if possible. Myrna, I think, is getting kicked out, and it's rallying. But I posted it as a long puts. It's a bear 1, 2, 3, 4 continuation. Sell setup weekly. And now it's bouncing, which I like. I like that it's bouncing because then if it triggers, it's better. Cough announced some increasing delinquency write-offs in their credit cards. Another indication of slowing economy. And I think that's been going on. Delinquency rates have been rising. I've been reading on cars also. Oh, look at this RCAT bottom right. I noticed this gapping up. This would also be a buy on a pullback, but as earnings today, unfortunately. Honeywell said I didn't read the news, but they're doing something about exploring. Who knows? Who cares? But that's a bullish gap. Another put spread idea. I just had UAL alarm go off, so that's relative weakness. That's a short. An AJG alarm. I don't see any prints, but put spread idea. Climo on major support. Axon. Why am I looking at this? I forget. But I like it as a short idea. I'm going to set a new alarm at, let's say, 643. Diamonds, deep retracement. IWM looks like it turned red. They've both been, the weaker ones. So it's another story of the Fang party. Macy's, I think got an upgrade or something like that, but this is bullish. A bear gap negated, 2 inside bars. Capri, I forget the news, but that's a bullish gap breakout. 30-minute high on the Capri. I'm going to put that in the window. Rick had earnings. Sam, do you have anything to say? Mrs. Sam's company, Rick's. Do you have any announcement? Down a penny, so it's not moving. Light volume though, but it's bullish, all time frames. There's RCAT. Reddit was gapping down worse earlier, and I was hoping to do a call spread under Friday's low. SMCI, let me go through my alarms now. HAG is a go. It filled. TJX. Shoot, we're long this from over the high of that bottoming tail. Let's see if this is a stop out or an early warning. It's probably a stop. Yeah, I remember saying 2 of them when I did the video. There were 2 of them that I said were in total hope mode. It was this. All right, so that stopped out. And it was NEM. And that stopped out. Yeah, see. So Greg, I actually captured this chart. I'm going to put it in the. I put it in preparation of, is it a double bottom or continuation in a downtrend? And I'm going to show it. I'm going to show a picture of just the green bar. And it's not a potent reversal. And that's the problem. You gotta wait for that potent BWXT alarm. That's a short. That's a go. EWXT. Wow, Google and Amazon are flying here. You know, I just had my alarm on Amazon go off. A Goldman alarm. That's a call spread. All right, so shoot, our call spread on Amazon is stopping out. 232. JP Morgan, another one, call spread. JP Morgan and Goldman, both call spread ideas. JCI low alarm. We're long calls on that. JCI. Yeah, we bought on this breakout right there. And I said it was on probation. So we have the 82.5 calls. 75. TT alarm. TT is a go. Man, I've got a lot of alarms. NVIDIA new low. Shoot, my alarms. NVIDIA is a go. It's a call spread. Axon. It's still on support there, but my alarm went off. Let me reset it to 640 now. Diamonds, IWM continuing their weakness, and I surely ain't buying the fangs up this much. Financials weak, obviously. That's a head and shoulders pattern on the daily. SMHs flat with NVIDIA. Had an alarm on Gulf Delta here. 30-minute high, possible put spread. Well, I take that back. What I mean to say is over Thursday's high after 30 minutes. Yeah, UAL triggered. So UAL is a go. It was in both letters. As always on Mondays, I am behind on posting things in the spreadsheet. I get to them one by one. Still going through alarms. GT, JCI, BWXT. All right. Man, I read it. I don't know what this company is doing, but I give them an A friggin' plus for whatever they're doing to create this rally. Amazing. Disney. Your message disappeared unless Yep, the stupid ass scrolling. I saw your message and then it disappeared because the thing went up. Okay, Disney, let me see. Let's see what I wrote. So you're saying, okay, so you're saying it did trigger. All right, cool. So I will post it.
Watch this 5 minute of IWM, see if it closes with this reversal. Still a little over 2 minutes to go in the bar.
Thanks. Yeah, we got to check them. We have to check Goldman and all right. Yeah, the credits you're saying hit. So we got JP Morgan. Ah, this thing pulled in a little bit. MSTX. Did this one get filled? Let me check this. We actually had a nice combination of long and short ideas in the weekend letters. So we're going to short the 75 puts, 85 by 95 right there. Oh, no, I wanted 130. So yeah, it's 90 right now. So we're not there unless it pulls in. But it did. Well, look, it did pull in $4. So what I do is now I look at the 80s, which is $5, and that's only $1.05. So now we got to decide if we want to change. Let's try to get 110. BWXT was a bear call credit spread. BWXT. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. All right, cool.
IWM, 5-minute bottom. DJT can be bought with a stop under the prior two bars.
TJT?
DJT. Donald J. Trump.
Sure. Yeah, put spread too. Or yeah, it's just extended intraday. I set an alarm on Cuervo Gold. This is a put spread idea. Um, I think it was spreading. That's why I didn't do it official. Yeah, 67 and a half, 20 by 65. Yeah, that's why. But it could be the start of a bottoming pattern. I like this bottoming tail here as the first indication. Like if it did not have that bottoming tail, I would have no idea. But it looks like a little bit of light volume, but I like XLB greater than 100%. Yeah, right there at 100. Maybe it took it out by a penny. But I'm not gonna. Axon. Remember I set my alarm 3 times and it finally went. Let me check call spread. 6. How high can we go? Yeah, spreads again. Yeah, that's why I was looking at it over the weekend. HAG. Um, HAG. What?
Mags had a breakout failure on the 5.
Okay,
Maybe
HAG.
fill the gap here. Could be the beginning of a turn. It's extended.
Let me set an alarm. Actually, over 38. Just let it get through that even number. AON alarm. I like that. So that this is not a W bottom because of the time symmetry. But what we call this is a 2T reversal. So I still like the pattern. I like it. I actually got to put that in our double bottom seminar. Yeah, spreads are ridiculous. 40 cents by 430. Oh no, I did give it. HHG is a put spread. 280, 270. Let me check the spreads. 280. Yeah, no, we gotta cancel this thing. Spreads are retarded. Wait. I'm mixing this up. And HHG. All right, never mind. I was mixing it up with AJG. All right, never mind. So yeah, this one I did not post A on, but I like it. Oh, wow, helped to not gap up. Wow, that was weird. Look where it was trading pre-market. And then it gapped down. So let me set a new alarm 139. And then maybe we can enter the put spread early. IWM ripping. And let's check put spread in that. Yeah, it's a nice intraday reversal. I would do 232 zero DTE also. 9 cents. Right for tomorrow. 60 cents. Greg, you trust it for tomorrow?
No,
All right.
I mean, today obviously beginning to turn. It looks great intraday, but I mean, if it was at the close, then I would say yeah, but who knows where it's going to end the day.
Okay.
But it's obviously being bought on that turn. They bought the dip and reversed it hard on the 5 minute. So it was clear, and it went sideways for, Friday for a couple hours. So it was a great setup intraday anyway.
Mm-hmm. AXP, Sammy boy posted both as a directional and put spread. All right, Elf alarm. No, I was mixing it up with AON. So AJG, I did not check. Are the spreads ridiculous there? Two, yeah, they are. Yep. Yeah, let me cancel it. Yeah, but I was mixing it up. Yeah, it's a nice pattern though. AJG. Um, yeah, I guess, first swing, I just didn't know how far this would go. It was more of a put spread. All right, Elf. Let me check the put spread now. You know, we're doing the 130, 125, so it's 75 right now. So we're getting price improvement. Rocket Lab has not triggered. It looks great if it does now. My alarm went off pre-market, so I'll just reset it. Airbnb, we can tighten the stop now. Actually, I think we made target. Yep, we're out of target. Cool. XML is fine. Dick's ripping. 221.78. No, Don, I gave it a manual entry. I overrode the other one. We got price improvement. All right. Alex, you like Sammy's dicks? Nice trade. We have a call spread in this. And then to it. I did not like the retracement. And I'm going to keep checking opens here real quick before I start. Before I start updating things. 96.50. You mean many shares? I don't know. You gotta ask him. Still doing nothing. Emitter, ring. We have a covered call. TD, we're short. No, I did not give Disney call spread because there was no juice. That's the problem. But we're long the puts. Semi's new high. Look better. Not to add? I didn't know you were in it. Ah, that's the one I said put spread with a bullish gap. Health up alarm. Nice entry we did. Wow, all markets at the high now. Wow, Diamonds IWM at the nice turnaround. Yeah, Octa, I like the 180. Let me check put spread. It'd be the 82s. 34 by 48. It just got filled on its bounce. Wait, we got 16. Midpoint is 45 right now. Yeah, PayPal is in our weekend letter, Alex, to buy call options. Let me see where it's at. EVEX fill on this pullback. PayPal. Yeah, my alarm didn't go off, but yeah, I like it. So go. But I had NVIDIA call spread. I can't see it on the spreadsheet. Did I? Did I have NVIDIA official in the weekly letter? If so, I gotta go grab it from the letter. Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was looking in the wrong spot for it. Got it. The meta gave it all up. All right, I have the weekly options updated. Yeah, add over Thursday. I don't think there's any need to wait for Thursday. You got two bottoming tails and a range expansion right now. All right. Hey, Billy. Yeah, hold on. Let me look. Archer, did you catch 8? No. Are you asking me or are you telling me? Did it trigger? All right, I'll post it. All right, spreads on AAP are too wide. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, let's buy a half lot here. Oh, cool. Yeah, the pullback got us on Archer. Okay. Oh, target. That's a good question. I would say 33 to 30.